They've said that Barton Springs is the soul of the city. It is. I used a quote from an old girlfriend that there's really only two stories ever told. Two people fall in love, or a stranger comes to town. Jim Bob Moffett was a stranger that came to town.
Barton Creek Properties was proposing this giant development.
We've asked the important question, is it going to protect the creek and is it going to protect Barton Springs? And that answer is no.
The all-night hearing, the uprising, galvanized the community. Everybody loves Barton Springs and everyone wanted to save it, and here was the tool to do it. We passed the strongest water quality protection ordinance in the nation by citizen initiative.
That's direct democracy under our city charter, and it's a way that we can help shape the future directly.
Bill was the critical piece. He came up with the idea in the first place. We have to pass a law. SOS is the reason we can still swim in Barton Springs today.
SOS was initially a political action committee to campaign for the ordinance. After it passed, then that's when we formed Save Our Springs Alliance as a nonprofit 501c3. It was obvious that the environmental community needed a legal advocate.
Believe it or not, some of this actually makes sense.
Well, I was born in San Antonio, but I mostly grew up in Arlington. And then my older sister was a competitive swimmer, so I became a water kid. When we started coming to Central Texas for swim meets, I saw this unbelievably beautiful, crystal clear water. But I remember just going crazy and like forgetting about my races and going and exploring around the springs.
So we have a couple of things that really distinguish the hill country, and one is the springs, which are all up and down the Balcones Escarpment. It's the clearest and the purest water anywhere in Texas because of the filtration through the limestone. Bill woke us up to the fact that unless we did something about it, it was gonna go away. And in order to do that, he was disruptive.
You know, I was really interested in environmental issues, junior high, high school. When I went to college, there was these UT students, rabble-rousers, earth first, radical environmentalists. And I fell in with them. And Tim Jones, who was one of the Earth First activists that I became friends with, he was going out and documenting development and destruction of habitat.
Well, there are endangered species issues in Austin. There was literature on the predicament of the golden cheek warbler. It was a proposed listing. And the city understood this.
These developers are strategically clearing their land as fast as they can in advance of a listing.
We saw imminent development seriously threaten the best warbler habitat in the world.
And then Tim hand wrote the petition to emergency list.
Bill knew about it. He threatened to sue the Fish and Wildlife Service if they did not act on that petition. Development shut down. All over West Austin, nobody could do anything. The bulldozers literally stopped.
what stayed the same for SOS over our almost 33 years now is the legal advocacy.
Bill's the kind of person you really don't want to get in a big fight with. He is the most determined, fierce, dogged opponent that I've ever come across.
Do I get my 8 minutes?
No, sir.
I get 2 minutes for my 4 items.
And you're down to 101.
Okay, and I will see you in court promptly.
Bill is a hero of the environmental movement. I'm amazed and in awe of the work he does.
The warbler, because it had the most expansive range of habitat, became the driving force for the Balcones Canyonlands Preserve. And we kicked off the advocacy for buying watershed protection land that itself contains a lot of warbler habitat. These most vulnerable watersheds that we need to protect the Edwards Aquifer and these spectacular springs, huge amounts of that are golden cheek warbler habitat. If we're protecting the warbler and its habitat, we're protecting the water for all the other species, for human and economic development. I remember when we were advocating for protecting the warbler and getting it listed in danger. Oh, you're just trying to protect the water by getting it listed. It's like, well, yeah, we are. Yes, we want to protect both. The warbler and the water fit together hand in glove in this part of Central Texas.